his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. And with pregame...
Kevin, thanks very much.
DA, he is dangerous in both facets. He's hard to stop. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. And it's Murray in at the 1. And for the Rockets, they've got P.J. Tucker, Harden out there with Wall. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Nwaba in at the 3, the small forward. The steal. Here's Wood. Pass to Nwaba. Wood kicks to Harden. Fires for 3. Denver grabs the miss.
And it's kind of the running joke when you think of James Harden. Often maligned for his lack of effort defensively. But quite honestly, I thought he improved a great deal a season ago.
And, you know, Greg, I observed the same thing. His overall commitment was better. And not just steals and blocks either. I'm just talking about his awareness, his commitment to that end of the floor. It was a focal point. If he continues on that track, I think he's going to make an impact at that end as well.
Jokic against Wood. And Tucker kicks to Harden. For the 3. No good that time. Good work defensively by Millsap. And it's Millsap with the ball for the Nuggets. Dishes it to Murray. And there's the pass to Jokic. Now here's Barton. It's John Wall with the rebound. It's Harden with the drive. Misses the fadeaway inside. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. Loads it up for Millsap. Hammers the alley-oop through.
Leaving folks open around Barton is a no-no. He'll torch you whenever you do that.
Rockets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Nwaba passes to Wood. 4-on-3 break. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
You know, that's just sloppy basketball, giving away a possession. No real reason for that turnover.
Houston's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And stolen by Barton. And now Millsap pushing it up. No one back to stop him. And it's blocked. And he recovers it. Oh, offensive interference. We have got to see that sensational mobile 1 block again.
And early in the game, a defensive play like that goes a long way, establishing the attitude you want.
Ball against Murray. Kicks it out to Harden. And about 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Releases. Another miss by Houston. Nuggets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Pass to Murray. Back to Harris. It's deflected.
A rare rejection that time from Tucker. Using that long reach, though, and times it perfectly.
Harris passes to Millsap, and that one drops for him. Millsap's got his second basket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Harden. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers.
Boy, sound defender is Harris with excellent fundamentals. Shows you good timing on that block, too.
And Jokic throws it down.
Boy, Jokic always in sync with his teammates, which is part of why he's able to put together these highlight reel sequences.
A nice shot by Tucker.
Finally, after all those planks, someone comes through for him.
Well, you knew it eventually was going to happen. I mean, my goodness, a tight start to this one, but maybe that'll ignite some more buckets to be made. Well, I tell you what, we've all heard the stories of Jamal Murray's training routine growing up in Canada, like something out of a movie. Push-ups in the snow, dribbling on ice, deep knee bends with a cup of hot tea on his thigh. A little bit unconventional, but hey, it certainly got him to where he is now, so I would say it worked.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Here's Tate. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Nuggets on offense. They're on a 10-2 run here. And it's Green with the jam.
excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
And Clark, it was Jamal Murray's father who's the mastermind behind those unconventional training methods. His son, though, never begged off, never wavered in his commitment.
Tell you what, Greg, it clearly would lead you to believe that both of them were crazy, and yet they had a shared obsession and a commitment, and it's paid off.
Now, here is Morris. Last game he had 12. And 3 chances on that possession, but they just couldn't find a way to score. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket. Really,
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Tate the pass to Brown. Here's McLemore. Here's Cousins. The offensive rebound. Tate. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Excellent activity and timing on the offensive glass. That's how you get extra possessions.
And it's Murray with the jam.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's the Denver Nuggets enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've been giving John Wall all sorts of problems. He still hasn't been able to solve their defense. We'll get right back to
Yeah, that's the goal. That's the goal. Of course, playing off the ball is something that
giving their offense another dynamic.
And it also helps him preserve some energy for those big moments in the big games.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And a very convincing performance from the Nuggets so far.
Well, when you control the glass, you control the second chance opportunities on both ends.
And, you know, their rebounding advantage has been glaring, simply outworking them on the boards for that entire first quarter.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So on the floor for Houston. Gordon out there with McLemore. Then there's DeMarcus Cousins. Then there's Brown. And it's Tate in at the power forward position. Here's Brown. Banked in off the glass.
and I'll bet his percentage is pretty high from that range.
The Nuggets leading by 12. Morris inside. Defended by Gordon. Off with the layup. And it's Houston on the break. Here's Tate. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Boy, a very capable passer. DeMarcus Cousins does a solid job recognizing where to go with the ball.
Morris with the ball. Picked up by Brown. And it's blocked by Brown. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, guys, we all know that there are some people who dislike James Harden's style of play. They're bored watching him shoot free throws. He said, "I see how teams guard me and find ways to exploit it. I just outthink the game, and I'm faulted for it." Kevin, that may be, but it's hard to argue the results. Back to you.
You're right, one of the top scorers in league history, David. Thanks for that report. It's stolen by Green. Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played so far. Cousins trying to free himself up. And that one's good. Green's got 4 points now in the quarter. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Nuggets.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
For the Rockets, Christian Woods checked in for Cousins. P.J. Tucker comes in for Ben McLemore. And it's Harden in for Gordon. The putback. It's good on the putback. Millsap's got the lead up to 14 now for the Nuggets.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
And how? I mean, they're taking this defense to task, taking them to school. Every one of their last 10 points have come in the paint.
Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
And there's the foul. Will go on P.J. Tucker. That is his first foul of the game. David Nwaba has checked in for the Rockets. And Jokic wide open. He shoots. Second chance shot. And the rejection by Harden. And it's Jokic with the rebound.
Oof, this has been brutal. I mean, he still hasn't made a single shot. No wonder they're struggling.
The shot, no good. Wall with some nice D. Here's Nwaba. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's going to be on Jokic. The Rockets have missed both free throws they've attempted tonight.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in. So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against the Knicks in New York. Kicks it to Barton. Back to Murray. Denver passing it around. Harris looking it over. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Harris's confidence and physicality and determination allow him to draw fouls as he gets close to the basket.
For Denver, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Yeah, it's been a very frustrating season for them in that regard, guys.
Rockets trail by 12. Goes up off the inbound. And Harden lays it in. Harden's got his first points in this one.
So fun watching Harden operate inside near the rim. I mean, his confidence level is high, and he does a really good job getting ideal position.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Here's Harden, and the jam by Harden.
Ferociousness from Harden, looking like he wants to tear the rim off.
The Nuggets leading by 10. Here's Murray. It's hauled in by Wood.
Yeah, he just flat out tricked that one, missed it, and has no one to blame but himself.
He shoots again, and Harden, and the nice bucket inside. Harden's got 6 here in this quarter.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Nuggets. They're down in 9th place so far, still early in the season. And, of course, Houston, a game behind.
And I think for the Rockets, they talked all offseason about how this year was going to be different. Nobody bought into it then, and nobody's buying into it now.
Yeah, and it's too bad, really unfortunate, because I did think the potential was there. But at this stage, I think we've seen their best, and it's not going to be good enough this season.
Passes it to Wood, and stolen by Barton. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Millsap's running, and slam dunk by Harris.
That's a nice display of team chemistry there between Harris and his guys, knowing when to go for the alley-oop.
Wall attacking. Here's Wood, and finished off by Wood.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And, you know, those second-chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
From deep, Wall.
Boy, the determination on defense is pretty impressive from Murray. Really doing his best to pester the shooter.
Thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hey, after 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They have an 8-point lead. And big fella, let's get you. And that's going to do it for our halftime show.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. Without question, Jamal Murray displaying his skills today.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
You know what? It helped that they had a few guys with very hot hands on the perimeter, too.
So on the floor for Denver. Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Murray in at the point.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden.
And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Rockets. They trail by 9 points. Over in the corner, Wood. Here's Mwaba. It's tipped.
Can't take the reach and length of Barton lightly. Effective at using it to snuff out shots.
Just 5 on the clock. Wall passes to Wood. Houston needs to get a shot off. Tucker. Tries yet again. Wood can't hit.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
Harris with it. And it's Harden picking him up. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Murray kicks to Barton. Tucker the pass to Harden. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Harden's got 10 points in the game.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And the shot goes in. He has 6.
You know, Harden will burn you when you overcommit and leave guys open. He's excellent at sensing when you're out of position.
The kick out to Barton. Campazzo covered by Wall. Here's Green, and Green slams it in.
The D just kind of stepping aside and letting him get to the rim.
There's a reason, GA, the lead is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And when you shoot 86 from the line like he did last season, you usually cash in on those opportunities.
Yeah, that's a great asset to have, guys, for any team. Coming down the stretch in close games, you've got a guy who's confident and very good at the line. When he steps up there, you feel good about it.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Cousins comes in for Christian Wood. And Gordon subbed in for John Wall. Here's Gordon. Plays it in off the breakaway. Gordon's got his first 2 points.
Yeah, from the first time I saw Gordon play, this guy has always been in attack mode, which makes it a tough cover for the defense.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. Campazzo defended by Gordon, and the basket is good. And the Nuggets lead by 5.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
Man, it's always fun watching Harden get going. I mean, he can spray you from outside or slay you from inside. And it's usually pick your poison.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
Back to Morris, stolen by Gordon. Down low. And it's Harden slamming it down.
And Harden, an absolutely vicious dunker. Terrific at bouncing towards the rim for the epic throwdown.
And former 7th overall pick Ben McLemore finally seems to be finding his footing in the NBA.
You know, he was known in college, Greg, for his shooting touch, and now delivering on some of that efficiency offensively. Good to see the young man make that kind of progress. Well, we know Eric Gordon is a great shooter now, but he is also willing to make the extra pass.
Pass to Hartenstein, and it is flushed down with a nice jam.
And how about breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk?
A nice way to pad that lead a little more. You're right.
Yes, indeedy. Well done.
Here's Tate. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
You know, passes like that go a long way. Terrific teamwork.
A nice shot by Hartenstein. Hartenstein's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Works that one inside nicely.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Houston moving the ball around. Here's Tate to the middle. Here's Cousins. He kicks it to McLemore. Tate the pass to Cousins. 2 points. That one goes.
Cousins plays inside with an attitude that says, you want to stop me? Give me your best shot.
And the officials signal the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. Throws it up high. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
One of the top passing bigs in the league, Cousins whips around passes with purpose and precision.
Campazzo. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And as we conclude the third quarter, what a game. Neither team giving ground. Nuggets lead by 1. And we're coming back in just a moment. Get ready for the fourth quarter of action when we return. Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. Denver in the lead. We've got Brown. E.J. Tucker is out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Wall. And it's Nwaba in at the small forward position. That's the 5 for Houston right now. Jokic kicks to Murray. The pass to Dozier. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Nuggets.
The activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Something that's also benefited them tonight are the turnovers they've forced and the points that have come along with those forced turnovers.
Christian Woods checked in for Houston. Will Barton, he's checked in for Denver. Gary Harris comes in for Monte Morris. Murray surveying the D. To the inside. Millsap misses. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Houston. A 2-point game. And stolen by Murray. And now the Nuggets. Fast break. Pushing it up. Here's Millsap. Beautiful dish. And the layup goes down. 9 points for Millsap.
And you've got to wonder just how big those points are going to be. A swing like that could decide the outcome.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Here's Harris. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I think his unselfish attitude is really a big part of what makes Millsap a leader on the court, and the ability to make some dynamic passes doesn't hurt either.
That's good from Harris on the assist by Murray.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline. And if you really want to make things hard on yourselves, this is exactly how you do it. Turnovers on back-to-back trips down the floor.
And the Rockets making a change here. Harden's checked in. Harden passes to Jokic. Martin with it. Shot clock at 6. Back to Jokic. Denver needs to get off his shot, and that one's good. Millsap.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
To halt the run. Doesn't go for him. Barton with some nice D. Pass to Jokic. Over Wall. And it's Jokic missing.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Back to Tucker. And that comes off the assist by John Wall.
Yeah, you got to do a lot more than that against Tucker, fellas. He's too big, too strong at times for the defense.
Murray kicks to Millsap. Harris outside. Murray outside. Passes to Jokic. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
And that's just another mistake. I mean, they've got it on autopilot, and they look totally dejected.
Denver leading by 8. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. So it's Denver now. Pass to Murray. And it's Murray with the jam.
Nice to see Murray take it strong to the rack. Pretty good finisher he is inside.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. For Denver, they've gone 5 for 9 from the field in the final quarter so far. Makes it off the glass. And it's a 12-point Nugget lead. Houston now, time running out. Here's Wood. It's good. The assist that time from Harden.
Terrific ball movement. Harden with perfect timing on the pass. That's often overlooked when the pass gets there. He relishes his role as distributor.
It's Barton with the drive, and Barton throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
Harris finds Jokic. Wood against Murray. Cuts off the pass.
And these are the types of games where one team clearly has the edge. Tonight, it will be a win by a large margin for Denver.
I think the attitude was very impressive. Definitely a competitive game, and they fought through it each step of the way.
Absolutely. They put on a tremendous performance in terms of the effort and intensity. This was a well-deserved win.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
A 2-game season series. They win them both and complete the sweep.
That's a nice feeling to get the sweep. Even though it is a small number, still nice to get that sweep.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Paul Millsap.
Tell you what, this guy worked his behind off on both ends of the floor. He was really an intimidating presence out there.
Here's Barton. No good that time. Harden with the defensive effort.
Not enough ticks left on the clock to save them tonight.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
And how about the conviction to his craft? Wall has trust that his ability will shine through in big moments.
And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Substitution. 2 minutes. 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 2 minutes.
There's the pass to Chunshot. And now they decide to foul intentionally. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's an 8-point game. And Harden launches it from deep. But they recover it.
There's another opportunity, and everything's going right for these guys.
So we see Denver get the win here. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it. That's a great look at our locations. And we've got...
Hey, Kevin, thank you.
Thank you, D.A. Here's the starting group for Houston. They've got P.J. Tucker, Harden out there with Wall. Then it's Christian Wood. And it's Nwaba in at the small forward position. And for Phoenix, Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point. Now here's Paul. Crowder. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Here is Harden. Houston moving the ball around. A nice shot by Tucker.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Booker against Harden. And Booker kicks to Paul. Booker outside. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Yeah, if Ayton can get in that kind of position, he can be a bully on the inside.
Harden the pass to Tucker to the middle. Ayton against Wood. Pass to Tucker. Shoots over Crowder. And too long on the shot. For Phoenix, they've gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bridges finds Booker. No good on the triple. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for the Houston Rockets. And going against Phoenix, their first meeting of the season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Pass to Nwaba. Harden inside the three-point line. No good on the shot. And Phoenix the other way now.
And the league's preeminent practitioner of the step-back three, James Harden, is as good as it gets. And, you know, like the skyhook, an unguardable shot. And paired with his dribble drive, a two-move torture chamber.
Here's Tucker after the made shot from Jay Crowder. Passes it to Nwaba. Bridges with the steal. Booker against Wall. And thanks to that step back, Harden already the all-time leader in unassisted three-point shots.
And not to mention four-point plays. And up until recently, teams built elaborate offenses to create their three-point looks. Harden the first to do it one-on-one with volume and efficiency.
Booker with it, and it's Harden picking him up. And Booker kicks to Paul. The three, and there's Booker on the assist by Paul. Paul's got his third assist on the night. Harden finds Tucker. Over Ayton. Tucker can't get it to go. Suns leading by 7. The pass to Booker. Launches a three. It's hauled in by Wood. 1:56 left to play here in the first. Back to Harden. Over Booker. That one off the back iron and out.
Well, that's a shot they want just about on every possession if they can get it. He doesn't make them all, but still very much a high percentage look.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
And the basket by Harden.
And Harden's such a creative scorer, especially when he gets in close to the basket.
Paul against Wall. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That's his first foul. So for the Suns, Sharch comes in for Crowder. And it's Johnson in for Mikal Bridges. Stolen by Tucker. Oh, and here we go. Wall's got it. The fast break chance. Tate. He's covered by Ayton. Tate the pass to Wall. From deep three-point range, that one misses. The Suns go the other way with it. Defeated by the Wizards in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
Yeah, I mean, on the road, their defense was just overrun. Couldn't match the intensity of the opponent, and it caught.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Jones comes in for Ayton, and it's Payne in for Chris Paul. Here's Brown. Rebound by the Suns. And so the first quarter is in the books. Suns lead by 9. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. When it comes to the art of providing leadership, CP3.
The guys on the team already tell me.
Well said. He does a great job of keeping everyone involved and on the same page.
And Kevin, he practices what he preaches. He plays the right way and motivates his teammates to do the same.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
Johnson and Saric are the 3 and the 4. Then it's Jones. Then it's Payne. And it's Galloway in a 2-guard. So that's the Suns' 5 as we get into the second quarter. Here's McLemore. And Jones pulls it down. Phoenix leading by 9. Johnson for 3. And Eric Gordon pulls it down. And so Brown will bring it up for the Rockets.
And the Phoenix Suns criticized for trading down 5 picks to select Cameron Johnson at 11 back in 2019. Many felt that was a reach.
Well, there were a lot of people who were predicting that Cam was going to be towards the back end of the first round even, and a clear case for a Phoenix Suns team who was dead last in three-point percentage, drafting for a need in Cam Johnson.
And the Suns making a change here. Carter's checked in. Lets the 3 fly, and that one is off. So Houston will take it the other way. And with that shot, the Suns' lead is cut down to 7 on the bucket from Gordon.
Great finish from Gordon in traffic. You like to see the smaller guys operate down low as long as they're patient.
Galloway finds Payne. Galloway with the bucket. Galloway has got his first 3 points of the game.
You got to try to scramble the Jets right here and get that guy off the sweet spot. That's one of the best three-point shooters in the league.
Carter pulls it in. Suns leading by 10. And it's rebounded by DeMarcus Cousins. Here's McLemore. And oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. Pass to Carter. Inside. And it's Johnson. That time on the assist from Carter. And now it's a 12-point Phoenix lead. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Tate. Oh, trying for it. Off the left rim and out.
If he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Beautiful transition offense there. That's execution at its best.
Yeah, once you burst through a seam like that, you got to look right towards the rim. Sweet play.
And now the first timeout called here for the Rockets. A big group substitution here for Phoenix. Andre Ayton's checked in for Damian Jones. Crowder comes in for Johnson. Bridges, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Chris Paul's subbed in for Cameron Payne. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played.
And you want to use the whole court, but you got to be careful with the long passes. Those are easier to pick off. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Yeah, the other team a bit concerned here. They're trailing, and the lead seems to be growing.
Harden scanning the floor. Over Carter. The Rockets again can't hit. And it's the Suns' ball. They're rolling here with a 9-point run. Ball left side. And the Suns tack on 2 more.
This isn't a tough case to crack. If they want to put an end to this run, they'll need to start getting back on D.
It's Harden with the drive. Tucker. Great positioning on the putback.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Carter outside. Down low. Crowder. Rockets with the rebound. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
You can't allow any opponent to shoot that kind of percentage. If you do, it's just going to be so tough to keep up.
They get the rebound, and Crowder stays with it.
A good board there, Kevin, but overall they're getting slightly out-rebounded.
Here's Harden. The shot drops. His shooting percentage improves. He's 3 for 7 now with that basket.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Back to Paul. Stolen by Tucker. On the wing, Harden. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers. And Phoenix pushing it up now. It's stolen by Wall. Harden right side. Stolen by Carter. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. All right, David, thank you, and stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. This home crowd is out in front at the half is Phoenix. They lead by 14. Kenny, what was your... That about wraps it up. Time now for the...
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You kind of like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
So on the floor for Houston. Wood out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Wall, then it's Harden, and it's Nwaba in at the 3 spot.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a walking double-double. This guy has a huge physical advantage on the nights that he's playing other bigs, whether that's by his size or his ability to run the floor. And if he comes out with an aggressive mentality, he could really punish some teams throughout the course of a regular season.
And stolen by Ayton. Bridges for 3. Another 3 for Phoenix. And some think that Ayton has a chance to be in a class with some of the great big men we've seen, be it Ewing or Robinson, Hakeem. I mean, those are very lofty standards. Brent, how does he get there?
It's a great question. I think when you talk about it, Kevin, you got to look at the defensive end. And those names that you just mentioned on a nightly basis were a force behind anybody on the perimeter. When they came into that house, it was defended. If Ayton gets there, he's got a big opportunity.
So for the Suns, Sharch checked in for DeAndre Ayton, and Cameron Payne subbed in for Chris Paul. Houston also making some changes. DeMarcus Cousins, he's checked in for P.J. Tucker. Ben McLemore comes in for David Nwaba, and Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Booker looking around. Right side Crowder. Back to Booker.
Well, he's a guy they count on to produce from the mid-range. He doesn't miss too many open looks from there.
There's McLemore. That one's off, still out of sync. And so it's Payne with it. He'll bring it up for the Suns. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. That'll be the second of 4 games at home for him.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
The Rockets again can't hit.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Well, he passes to the wide open man. Bridges developing some team chemistry.
Booker against Gordon. Over Booker. The Rockets again can't hit. The Suns on offense. Right now they're on a 9-0 run. Right wing. Now here's Bridges, guarded by McLemore. Bridges misses.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's McLemore. Bridges with the board. Suns leading by 23. Payne passes to Booker. There's the 3. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got 5 rebounds tonight. Booker dishes to Crowder. It's rebounded by Houston. Gordon kicks to Wall. Gordon trying to break loose. And Wall gets it to go in on the assist by Gordon. Wall's got his first bucket in this one. On the wing, Booker out of bounds. Houston takes possession.
I know people can't see you, but you're doing what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that turnover.
Some changes for Phoenix. Damian Jones is checked in for Jay Crowder. Johnson comes in for Bridges. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Cameron Payne.
And that solid play in the paint continues here, guys.
Booker outside. From past the arc. DeMarcus Cousins comes up with the rebound. Cousins has got his 4th rebound in this one. Right on the bucket.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Suns leading by 17. Booker outside. And it's Eric Gordon with the foul. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Ayton, he's checked in for Phoenix. Paul comes in for Devin Booker. Houston also making some changes. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for Cousins. David Nwaba comes in for McLemore. And it's James Harden in for Gordon. Paul with the bucket.
Well, he's such a good scorer when he gets inside that painted area. One of the game's best mid-range players that we've ever seen. Chris Paul getting it done.
Tucker the pass to Tate. Tries to save it. And here's the break. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Keeps it alive. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Yeah, take your time. You don't give them another possession.
Yeah, hopefully that's what they'll do here. It's what most teams try to execute at this time in the game.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so here's Phoenix to the right side. Here's Galloway. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. Back right after this. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Well, there's a way to break down the defense with the handle, but you can do it with the pass. Prime example of that right there.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this 4th quarter. Setting the floor for the Suns. Booker and Johnson fill out the wings. Andre Ayton out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at point guard. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
Greg, it's pretty typical for players of the past to talk about current players and say they may have struggled had they played when I played. What do you think of that line of thinking?
You know, I just don't agree with that. And I think we all do that. We all feel like our era was the best. I had the same thoughts being passed my way when I first came into the league.
I'm sure.
The reality is these guys work just as hard as guys worked back in our era. They just have more understanding of what their value is. And in a lot of ways, they've got more courage to speak out because, you know, let's face it, they're more of a bullseye on their back in today's era with social media than we've ever seen before.
That is true.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Ball finds Crowder. They get it back, and Ayton stays with it.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
And it's Gordon with the ball. He brings it up for the Rockets. Harden the pass to Tucker. And it's Phoenix with the rebound. Crowder's got his 8th rebound here tonight. Looking to end his cold spell, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a 3-point play. Phoenix making some changes. Kaminsky, he's checked in for Crowder. Each Moore comes in for Johnson, and it's Carter in for Paul.
And basketball in the blood for Devin Booker. I mean, his father, Melvin, started at the University of Missouri and played pro ball. Started in high school. Devin trained with his father, trying to follow his path.
From deep. Wall's shot is off. And here's Phoenix. Right now, they're on a 9-0 run. And Moore kicks to Carter. Lets it go from deep. It's good on the putback.
Sweet timing on that play as Ayton up there and ripping it down.
To the paint. Here's Tate. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. And we know the story. Booker moving from Michigan to Mississippi to live with his father and develop his skills.
And 4:30 a.m. alarms to train on the beach before the summer sun. Getting to practice 2 hours early and staying late. Booker, not a freak athlete, so he had to work harder and drill the fundamentals.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. Cameron Payne's checked in for the Suns. And the Rockets making a change here as well. Cousins is checked in. Wall. And he banks in the layup.
And just the overall aggressiveness. Wall enjoys taking on a challenge and succeeding, especially when the D is all over him.
Payne gets a wide open look. Off target from outside. Rockets have gone just 33% from the field in the 4th quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. They double him with Wall. Pass to Kaminsky. Here's Payne. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
And the Rockets making a change here. Brown's checked in. Here's Cousins. And that comes off the assist by Jones.
Yeah, his body is a huge advantage for him, and Cousins uses it so well. First couple steps are pretty quick for a guy his size.
Back to Payne. Pulls it up. And he can't bank that one in. The Rockets have gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the 4th. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Out to the right wing. Near the 3-point line. It's Moore. Rockets with the rebound. Cousins has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Phoenix.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that in men.
And so the coach's challenge here comes into play. The coach protesting the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Phoenix making some changes. Sharch comes in for DeAndre Ayton. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Cameron Payne. And the Rockets making a change here as well. McLemore is checked in to the wing right side. Moore against Brown. Passes it to Galloway. And Brown over to help. 5 on the clock. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And Phoenix has possession. Shot clock at 2. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. We've got 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. And some nice passing there by Houston. And Galloway pulls it down. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Suns. Galloway taking his time here. But they'll get another chance. Kaminsky kicks to Galloway. And he can't stop this drought. Another miss. So it's the Suns winning easily here. And thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. For Brent Berry, Greg Anthony, and An air of confidence to the Suns as they arrived earlier.
Well, Devin.
Special talent indeed. David, thank you. Let's see some of the numbers here for Devin Booker.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Barton in at the small forward. And for the Suns, Booker and Bridges are the wing. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the 1. And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. Paul passes to Crowder. On the wing, Booker. And for teams already exceeding expectations, Greg, their spirits are running sky high right now.
Kev, it's always a great feeling to come out strong, but it is hard to maintain that consistency. The teams that do, you know, they believe in themselves and they keep playing to their strengths.
Why is consistency so hard?
You know, because you're not playing against yourself. And we're human. And Kevin, as great as you are as a broadcaster, you probably have had some days where you didn't feel as good as you did other days. And that's no different for a guy competing at this level.
My friend, that's every day. Every day you don't feel good about it. But you grind, right? You just try to keep grinding.
Got to do it.
Now here is Harris. Following the shot by Chris Paul.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
Shoots from the elbow. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Well, I'll tell you, the savviness of Chris Paul on the break, he is a force to be reckoned with.
And Devin Booker in the 3rd year of that 5-year, $158 million contract, coming off his first All-Star selection and his most efficient scoring season. Man, it's hard to imagine what's coming next.
I think, Greg, he's desperate to make the playoffs, right? He's doing his part. He's improving on the defensive end. He's been an eye-popping scorer throughout the early part of his career. Now it's all about, can he create team success?
Jokic finds Barton. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. Harris drives in, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Paul. Second shot opportunity, and Ayton with the layup.
What a fantastic offensive rebounder. Ayton's so good at using his physical advantages.
And it's Murray penetrating. It's Barton on the wing. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Harris dishes to Millsap. Rejected by Crowder.
Well, Crowder known for his defense, and you love to see him get high for these rejections.
Harris looking it over. Good D by Booker. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Then Bridges jams it in.
Here he comes, and there he goes.
Oh, look at him punish that rim. Murray kicks to Jokic. The pass to Barton. Harris against Booker. And it's Harris off the drive. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
And he's at 73% this year at the foul line. Adequate, but not spectacular.
That's good from Harris. A platoon swap here for Phoenix. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:19 left in the first quarter. Now here's Payne, guarded closer. Down low, here's Sharp. And the call, and folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Pass to Hartenstein. Rebound by the Suns.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop them, and that's never an easy task.
Payne finds Saric. And here's Payne. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Well, certainly not the best defensive effort, but this guy can't make them pay for their laziness.
Oh, and there's the one-handed jam.
And a long windup and strong follow-through on the one-hand jam.
Yeah, he's not going to mess that one up. Pass to Payne. Back to Galloway. Buries it from three-point range.
Now, this is just carryover from the excellent three-point marksmanship he showed at St. Joseph's. Galloway showing he can stretch it out to NBA range.
And that does it for the first quarter. Phoenix ahead, leading by 5. And a tremendous offensive catalyst. Chris Paul recently talked.
First and foremost, we just got to.
Spoken like a future head coach, Greg.
And when it comes to closing, CP3 wants to leave nothing to chance.
And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And from what we've seen, guys, from the Suns, what are you thinking so far?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On Phoenix, look at who they've got on the floor. Johnson and Saric are the 3 and the 4. Carter out there with Payne, and it's Jones in at the 5. Denver shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
So he gets them both. Here is Carter. Passes to Payne. Now Jones. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. Saric passes to Carter. Johnson for 3. That one no good. Now Denver takes it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Yeah, proficiency from range, away from home, much easier said than done. They played a terrific ball game.
And I think it was clear that their plan was to attack from the three-point line, and it worked to perfection.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Here's Dozier, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Making the most of the screen. That's how it's done.
And it's in the perfect spot, Greg. Frees him up to get all the way to the bucket.
Where was the defense? No fighting through the pick, no rotation. My goodness.
Saric inside. Yep, that one goes in there. The Nuggets trail by 7. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. That one drops for him.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Stolen. It's stolen by Jones. And Jones slams it in.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Devin Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Jokic, he's checked in for Denver. Jamal Murray comes in for Monte Morris. I'm glad we got to see the Mobile One block once more. What a play.
The defensive awareness, the timing. When you have to face a defender that can reject you like that, it can alter your approach.
Clock is at 3. Here's Dozier, and it's good with time running down on the shot clock. Dozier's got 6 points.
And they've done well at taking advantage of some late defensive rotations and getting the ball in the paint.
And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen. Let's now take a look at some league leaders with the rundown of the best passing big men in the NBA over the past month. Jokic, number 1.
You think of some of the great passing big men over the years, and they are some of the best players ever. I mean, period. I'm sure that's not lost on him.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Andre Ayton's checked in for Jones. Crowder comes in for Saric. Mikal Bridges checked in for Johnson. And Chris Paul subbed in for Carter.
And it's a challenge trying to guard Jokic from there. Adept at making you foul him on the way up.
It's his first trip to the line. And he makes the first. And Jokic drops them both.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Murray against Paul. 17-foot shot on the way. And so it's Jokic with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 3-point game, and it's in there.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
All up top, he's covered by Murray. Takes a 3. Ayton trying to break free. And Paul with the basket on the assist by Bridges. 5 points in the game.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Booker looking around. At the elbow, Paul. Over Millsap. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
You've got to keep Ayton off the glass. A second chance opportunity, easy.
Murray outside. Lays it up and banks it in. Murray's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
From 12 feet out and misses it off the right side of the rim.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
And foul, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. Kenny's here. For the Suns, the first quarter was pretty even. At the end of one, they were able to end up with a 5-point lead. And now with the second half about to get underway.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. Nice game. Great performance by Dario Saric.
And you know he's going to put up points every time out, but boy, he made it look so easy in that first half.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Taking a look at the Nuggets. At the forward spots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. It's good. This game is all even. Jokic has got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Nuggets. Ayton, the pass to Crowder. Good work there as it goes.
Well, DeAndre Ayton is a team-first guy, and boy, does he set up the open man. You know, you think back to DeAndre Ayton's college career, he demonstrated three-point range, and while he's eager to show that in the NBA, the Suns want him to attack the rim.
Bridges with the steal. And the shot's good from Crowder. And it's a 4-point Suns lead.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
And Monty Williams said, offensively, Ayton's got to be 80% beast, 20% shooter.
The reason they say that, Greg, is they want him to exploit the elite physical tools he brings to the game. If he can draw more fouls, he can get to the free throw line. And he's such a good shooter there, it only makes sense.
Suns leading by 4, and the foul called on Paul Millsap. That is his first foul of the game. Some changes for Phoenix. Johnson comes in for Mikal Bridges, and it's Payne in for Paul. Denver also making some changes. Dozier's checked in, and Morris subbed in for Jamal Murray. A nice shot by Booker.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Here's Morris, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. The Nuggets have been perfect so far from the free throw line, 6 for 6. And the first one drops. Sharge checked in for the Suns. Carter comes in for Devin Booker. Denver making a switch here. The Suns have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Carter finds Sharge. Payne with it. Suns moving the ball around. Clock at 6. Johnson, that's for 2, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
They double him with Payne to the inside. Here's Morris. No good. Shot missing. Good work defensively by Carter. Takes the 3. The shot misses. Now the Nuggets take it the other way. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. And that will conclude a 4-game road trip. Dozier passes to Morris. Some solid defense from Saric. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for Phoenix. And Crowder slams it in.
You simply cannot sleep on Crowder in transition. He's a speedy forward who will run the floor for easy opportunities.
Morris. Good work defensively by Crowder. And it's Phoenix's ball. Big run right now going for him, 11-2. Saric against Morris. Picked him clean. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to be on Saric.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
This is his second trip to the line in this one. And the first one at the line is good. Langston Galloway's checked in for Carter. The Nuggets making a switch here, and he makes both free throws.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
Suns leading by 7. On the wing, Johnson. Here's the 3. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got 4 rebounds in this game. Morris, no good.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
And he's good on the 3 ball. Johnson's got the lead up to 10 now for the Suns.
Now the D giving him a little bit of space beyond the 3-point line, and that's all the room he needs.
Now the pass to Jokic. Here's Dozier. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Some solid defense from Saric.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Great positioning on the putback. And now a 12-point Suns lead.
Yeah, just a fantastic job to stay with the play and just not give up. Excellent effort on the offensive backboard.
Here's Morris. Lays it up off the glass. Morris has got 6.
Just 1 for 5 this quarter. You know he wants to help his team, but not sure if shooting is the way to do it.
Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game time. Galloway, the pass to Šarić. Drops in the layup for 2. He's got 10.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
Here's Galloway. It's off. And so it's the Phoenix Suns with a 10-point lead. Some breathing room heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. Bridges out there with DeAndre Ayton. Then there's Devin Booker. Then it's Chris Paul. And it's Galloway in at the small forward. That's who's out there for Phoenix. Barton, no luck.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
And the dunk by Booker.
You know, the easy one there. You know, Galloway able to read the defense, finding his man for the great setup. Pretty.
Here's Murray. Bridges with the board.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Booker dishes to Galloway. Fires the 3. No good from Booker.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
And pushing it up is Phoenix Suns again in transition.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. The solo alley-oop? That's not something we see too often.
Timed perfectly. Caught the defense totally off guard. Murray outside. Millsap trying to get open. That's in, and the Suns' lead is cut down now to just 12 on the basket from Murray.
Just a positive force right now for these guys, and though his team has fallen a bit short, it's not because of him.
Galloway. Off target from three-point range.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
And they're moving it up. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, you cannot let Mikal Bridges get into the paint because he's going to hammer it home when you do.
Barton kicks to Jokic. Wide open look here for Murray. No good on the 3.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Paul missing.
I'll tell you, even though he's not playing his best basketball, the team has played well and picked it up. I love it.
Barton surveying the floor from deep three-point range. Out of bounds, Phoenix takes possession. The Suns making a switch here. Crowder's checked in. We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. All up top. Barton with the rebound.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
First free throw is good. And Harris drops them both. Here's Paul. They can take their time on this possession.
It wouldn't be a bad idea. Just give themselves a little bit of a break.
Booker the pass to Ayton. Harris against Booker. Over in the corner, Paul. Shot clock at 3. Phoenix needs to get off a shot. Phoenix no good that time either. The Nuggets trail by 12. Harris drives in. And it's Devin Booker with the rebound. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Paul dishes to Booker. But they get it back. It's hauled in by Harris. Denver's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Such a savvy player. Love watching Jokic battle for positioning on the offensive glass.
Crowder. It's good on the putback. And the Suns lead by 12.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Harris against Booker. Lets it go with a 3. Second chance shot. That one wide left. The Nuggets trail by 12.
And clearly, we will not be witnessing a spirited comeback tonight, albeit as exciting as that would be. This was an excellent all-around performance for the Suns.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far, they've won 2 straight.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Jay Crowder.
No doubt he came to play tonight. This guy has been aggressive and effective.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Carter kicks to Galloway. Pass to Moore. Now Kaminsky. Moore finds Galloway. And Bull pulls it down. Here's Najee. Goes up and lays it nice and easy.
Sees his man, has the angle on the interior, and drops a dime right there.
And so it's Phoenix easily grabbing this one. All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and On Thursday, they'll be playing against Draymond Green and the Golden State Warriors.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
And the Houston Rockets starting 5. We've got Harden. Christian Wood is out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Wall. And it's Mwaba in at the 3 slot. And for the Nuggets, at the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the center, filling out the middle. And it's blocked. Murray surveying the D. Lays it up and banks it in. And so it's Wall. He brings it up for Houston. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
Total embarrassment. I was shocked at how poorly they played. I think they were shocked.
They just had nothing going for them. They look very defeated out there.
It's good.
And Harden loves getting contact on his shots, showing off his true muscle and level of concentration.
Murray, the pass to Barton. Jokic with it. Harris outside. Denver passing it around. Outside for Millsap. Murray against Wall. Here's Millsap, and the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And the precise passing of Murray, really moving the ball well around the floor.
To the middle, here's Tucker, and they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more beautiful reverse layup.
And Millsap is a team player, someone who is very willing to make the right pass to an open teammate.
Waba passes to Tucker. The kick out to Wall. Launches it, and it's Denver with the rebound.
They get away with it here, but that's not a shot you should ever be giving.
And Jokic slams it in.
The sneaky athleticism of Jokic, reminding everyone that he's capable of hammering it down on those alley-oops.
Now, here is Harden. 20 points for him last game against the Lakers.
And don't forget about his assists. His playmaking was as good or better than his scoring. He was in complete control out there. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting it in the paint and continue to score consistently.
Here's Harden. Another miss by Houston.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Barton, no luck. Rockets trail by 7. It's Harden with the drive. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The Nuggets making a switch here. Morris is checked in. And so it's Jokic with it. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. They came away with the victory in their last meeting, which, by the way, was also in this building.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
Tate, the pass to Harden. He dishes it to Tucker. Back to Wall. Pass to Harden. Tucker with the ball. And it's sent back by Jokic.
And check out Jokic using not just his length, but also the timing. The offensive player better think twice next time.
Now here's Murray. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
He might never be a #1 option, but Tucker is there when they need him. He'll give you minutes, and he'll give you points.
Floats it up for Jokic. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. The Nuggets now on offense. Big stretch here going 10-2. Goes up with it. And off the glass. That one's good. Jokic has got 6.
And you better hammer Jokic to get him off on his shot. The Serbian is a solid 7-footer and laser focused.
Wall, no luck.
Nothing less than that kind of defense will cut it against him. That's just great work inside.
Morris into the lane. And So it's Denver in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. Right back after this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And when you consider how Denver is doing, guys, what are your thoughts?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, they really got after it. I mean, they made life extremely difficult for the shooters, which is why they hold this lead.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. Taking a look at the Rockets, they've got Gordon. He's out there with Ben McLemore. Brown out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Tate in at the power forward. Now, here is Morris. They lead by their biggest margin of the game, 9. Last outing for Denver, they won that game against the Knicks.
Well, you look at the points they produced in that game. Great adjustments on the offensive end.
In-game adjustments are critical. They did an awesome job taking what the defense gave them.
Campazzo, he's covered by Brown. Off target there, that would have pushed the lead to double digits. In the corner, it's McLemore. Knocked away. Gordon, and contact, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the official.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And when he's healthy, Gordon is extremely effective, an incredible scorer who fills up the stat sheet.
Campazzo, he's now 1 for 2 with that bucket.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Brown finds Cousins. Yep, that one goes.
Oh, there's no question how valuable Boogie is in the painted area now. It makes it a lot easier on the perimeter, guys, when you got someone like him inside.
Now here's Green. Some nice ball movement by the Nuggets. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation. Gary Harris is checked in for Monte Morris. And a change for the Rockets. Waba's checked in. Rockets trail by 8. Oh, good on that one. Great tee that time from Green. And here's Green. He'll bring it up for Denver. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That'll be just one game played away from home for them. Stolen by Gordon. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And that first quick step of Gordon, I mean, super effective at getting him space, which gets him to the rim.
And there's the pass to Dozier. Campazzo, and he banks in the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 8.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Jokic comes in for Green. John Wall's checked in for Houston. And stolen by Gordon. And it's the Rockets on the break. Cousins with the ball. Not that one from Nwaba.
Oh, he's one of the best passing fives in the game. I mean, think about this. Cousins doesn't get enough credit for being unselfish on the floor.
And the dunk by Bol.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
and battling hard on the glass. They hold the advantage here so far.
Inside, trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Here's Nwaba off on the layup.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And Ball pulls it down.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
Just off his game, forcing a few shots, not letting the game come.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Down low, here's Wood. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Oh, don't forget about this fella for a second. He is the definition of dangerous.
And he's going up for the alley-oop.
And, you know, entering the draft, Ball was a polarizing prospect. Scouts didn't know who to compare him to, and maybe still haven't figured it out.
Ball passes to Wood. And Ball pulls it down.
That's a shot they're always happy to get, even when he blows the finish.
Campazzo, and oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that, that's your only option.
The Nuggets shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far. Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wall. Morris is checked in for Denver. Denver leading by 11. Barton outside. Floats it up for Millsap, and it's slammed in by Millsap.
And the definition of teamwork right there on that alley-oop.
And Greg, what about the finish? Bringing it down with some thunder. Yeah. Tucker can't get it to go.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And it's Houston on the break. From 7. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. And that does it for the first half of play. Nuggets ahead. They lead by 13. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by. Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
And what a show being put on here for the home fans. After 2 quarters, it's Denver out in front. They have a 13-point lead. And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. One of the stories here, Jokic getting it done today.
The way he was able to finish on the block was incredible there in that first half.
Bringing the physicality. I mean, they kept working it to him, and he kept delivering.
Filling out the wings, Harris and Barton. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Murray in a point. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Wood can't hit. The Nuggets leading by 13.
In over his 2 years at UNLV, Christian Wood shot just 26% from long range, so he's made a huge improvement in the NBA.
Yeah, and it's become a key part of his offensive game, GA. He's put the work in behind the scenes. I mean, developing a skill set, there's so much in the man.
Harris draws the double. Here's Murray. Here's Millsap. Out to Harris. To the paint. Here's Jokic. And it's Murray with the jam.
I have to enjoy seeing Murray jam it down. His vertical is very impressive.
Harris passes to Jokic. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
His energy level has never dropped in his game. I mean, he's working his tail off. And the D is struggling to keep up.
Houston making a switch here. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Free throw, good. Jokic. Rockets trail by 18. Brown outside. To the inside. Here's Wood. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Jokic has got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
And really the story of this second half, one team getting the shots they want, the other not so much.
Yeah, you can clearly see which offense is better right now. We'll see if that continues the rest of the way.
And the Nuggets making a change here. Hartenstein's checked in. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for the Rockets. Gordon comes in for John Wall. Millsap passes to Hartenstein. And down it goes, jamming that one home.
That's just the product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
And so Cousins will bring it up for Houston. Harden outside. Looking to end the run. Good on the three-point shot. Harden's got his second basket of the night.
Well, it's a beautiful shot right there from Harden. He has the touch and quick release needed to torch defenses from outside.
Harris passes to Hartenstein. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on James Harden. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
And McLemore, he's checked in for James Harden. Right wing. Houston moving it around. To the middle. Cousins inside. That shot off. Now Denver takes it the other way. Murray kicks to Green. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. For Denver, they have made 6 of their 7 attempts at the line in this one.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
And the Rockets making a change here. Wall's checked in. Rockets have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And they're on the break. Ball going up court. He lobs it up.
Oh, great ball movement there.
Here's Wall. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Gordon. Cousins trying to free himself up. And it's Gordon missing. Here's Denver now. They're on a 17-5 run here. Passes it to Hartenstein. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Here's Houston now. Wall dishes to Cousins. Back to Wall. Outside Gordon. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
Yeah, you can't blame the ref for making that call at all. The defense in general is already at such a disadvantage as it is.
And the Rockets making a change here. Tucker's checked in. Here's Green. Makes it off the glass.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Here's Wall. Rebound by the Nuggets. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Here's Tucker. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Oh, it's nice to see Tucker drive right through the teeth of the defense. He seemingly invites contact.
For Houston, they have shot 2 of 3 from the free throw line tonight.
And last season, P.J. Tucker signing a 6-figure sneaker deal with Nike, maybe helping to offset how much he spent on shoes over the years.
Yeah, G.A., the most renowned sneakerhead in this league. He owns thousands of pairs, and you'll even see him change sets in the middle of a game.
Campazzo got a piece of it, and they'll keep possession. Green passes to Dozier. Clock at 2. A 3 from Morris. It's hauled in by Wood. Wood's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Gordon. Jokic grabs the miss. Jokic has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Campazzo, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. And so it's the Denver Nuggets holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. And we'll be right back after this. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, it's also called making a good read, understanding where everyone is and taking full advantage. Fantastic.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Taking a look at the Rockets, we've got Wood. Jones is out there with Ben McLemore, and it's Caboclo in at the 4. Both shots good from the stripe. Got to talk about reseeding in the playoffs when you got down to the final 4 teams. If it ensures the 2 best teams make the finals, it would seem to me, Greg, to be worth it. What about you?
You know, it could be. I think about the worldwide attention on that championship round, but you got to get the Eastern Conference teams to sign off on that. And, you know, we've seen it happen in the past where the power shifts from one conference to the other. But ultimately, nothing better than seeing the 2 best teams play for it all.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Sterling Brown comes in for Christian Wood. And it's Harden in for McLemore. Now a timeout called by Houston.
Well, it's been an express lane to the rim. Coach can't be happy about that.
4 rotations. I mean, slow help and just not enough toughness on the interior. They've got a lot to talk about.
Here's Jokic. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Harden outside. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
To the paint. It's stolen by Jones. And here we go. Harden heading to the hoop. And the jam by Harden.
Oh, just spectacular in the open floor. When Harden's coming downhill, you're at his mercy.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync. And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
Wow, something's brewing, guys. The 3-pointers just continue to flow.
To the right side. And the turnover again by Denver. The Rockets making a switch here.
Substitution for the Rockets.
Houston's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. On the wing, Brown. Back to Jones. Houston moving it around. Here's Caboclo. Tate controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
And it's slammed in by Millsap.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Caboclo. Rebound by the Nuggets. Millsap's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Now a timeout called by Houston. Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Wall against Murray. Now here's Harden. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offensive rebound. Wood. The layup missed. For Denver, they've gone an outstanding 4 of 5 from the field in the fourth quarter so far. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. The first one falls.
2 shots.
And he makes the first but misses the second. Greg, the NBA under Adam Silver has been aggressive, looking for ways to enhance the product and attract fans. Where do you fall on that point? Push the envelope, or don't rock the boat, or maybe somewhere in between?
I think it might be somewhere in between. These days, people's attentions can be pulled in so many different directions. I think they're smart to not rest on their laurels and to continue to try to evolve. But with that evolution, sometimes it's not going to come over as well as they would like. But I'm a fan of some of the experiments, I should say, that we've tried thus far, and I hope the league continues to push the envelope.
That's a good thought. Here's Millsap.
And Harden showing great strides of improvement on D, really doing his best to bother shooters.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Nuggets.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
And with this win, it gives them a sweep of the season series, even though it's just a brief 2-game.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Jokic.
Well, the best work he did came on the boards. Nobody could match his intensity. His rebounding played a big role in this win.
Harden way outside. But they recover it. To the inside, here's Tucker. Now back to Nwaba. From deep, Harden. Got a piece of it.
Yeah, good job. Just staying alert there, snatching up that long rebound.
Najee passes to Millsap. Count it. Good.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
Tries again, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, the defender all over it.
Free throw good. Wood.
2 shots.
And so he makes both from the line. Here's Chanshaw. Feeds the Bull. And the dunk by Bull.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
That's the dagger. You could tell they wanted that one. I know that seals the deal. The inbound play works to perfection. You got to love to get those quick hitters.
And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly. David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Chris Webber, Craig Anthony, and David.
who have stood up.
The famous We Love Houston sign. A moment now to check out some numbers for Devin Booker.
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point. And for Houston, we've got Wall. Wood out there with P.J. Tucker. Then it's Harden, and it's Mwaba in at the small forward position. What you love about Crowder, he gives you a little bit of everything at both ends.
I mean, defensively, he'll take on anybody. He's smart, draws a lot of charges. Offensively, he can stretch the floor, and he'll make the extra pass. He's also an opportunistic rebounder.
Harden inside the three-point line. Off the left rim and out. Booker against Wall. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Some of the greatest shooters in the game always talk about being on balance. Booker does a great job there. Keeps his eyes on the prize.
Free throw good, Booker.
And Devin Booker had surgery on that right hand back in the summer of 2018. Took the opportunity to work on his left hand, and ever since, his game has just gone to another level.
You wonder how much confidence, GA, he's had in making plays, not only scoring the ball with the left hand, but assisting with the left hand, and what that's opened up for him in terms of opportunities to be more effective as an offensive weapon.
Al Paul following the three-point attempt by John Wall. Pulls from the top of the key, and the Suns tack on 2 more.
And right now, they're just focused on putting together good possessions.
That's exactly how they got the lead. They ended up having multiple possessions in a row with good quality shots, knocked them down, and the game is fully in their control.
And defensively, you got to respect Harden's ability to drive. That just makes him exponentially more difficult to guard out at the line.
Now, here's Ayton. They really needed more from him in that loss to Washington. 6 on the shot clock. Booker. The Rockets pull it in. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And guys, if you don't control second chance opportunities, you don't control your fate. That has to be their key take.
That's a great dunk.
Freakish.
Man overboard.
Wow.
You have got to be kidding.
Hey, talk about taking things into your own hands. Great positioning on the putback.
Great at using his body and finding his feet in positions on the boards where he can get up, get to it, get an extra possession.
Booker with no one around. Again, the miss by Booker.
Well, even though he misses that one, the defense has got to talk about that, and that's a bad miscue, and you can't give up looks like that all game long. His touch has left him in this quarter nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
Wasted no time on that one. Rockets trail by 6. Wood passes to Nwaba. Outside, Wall. Booker against Harden. And there's the call on DeAndre Ayton. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Suns, Johnson comes in for Bridges, and it's Payne in for Paul. Pass to Tate. And Wall kicks to Gordon. Here's Wood. And some nice passing there by Houston. Pulls up on the wing, and it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. We'll take a look at the Suns. They're in second, looking to take over the first spot. And, of course, Houston. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And I think with Phoenix, they haven't needed any time to find their footing this season. The guys gelled right away. The coaching staff has done a terrific job. It's been a dream start to the year for them.
It's been nice to see the early puzzle pieces come together, complement one another, and they've really gotten off to a hot start.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
Well, dominant so far. That's the responsibility of the starters. Now let's see if everybody else who plays in this game makes the same kind of high-level contributions.
Cousins finds Gordon, jacks up a three. The Rockets with another miss, picked away. Wood passes to Cousins. And that'll be two. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul. Seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. The challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And what we know about Cousins is he's a competitor, and I think he just relishes the opportunity every night to get out there and show what he's capable of doing. And I think a lot of people have been rooting for him more so in the past couple years than when he first came into the league.
Carter, he's checked in for the Suns. Here's Tate. The putback. Cousins on the follow.
Yeah, it's all Boogie right there on the inside. The shot goes up. He knows where he needs to be and settles in nicely.
Here's Galloway. Drills the three-pointer. 9 seconds left in the first quarter. Gordon for three. And so it's Phoenix in control with the 9-point lead to end the quarter. And against one of the toughest offensive players in the league, they've been doing a great job shutting down James Harden. We've got more in store for you right after.
One thing we have to do is stop comparing ourselves.
You know, Greg, he makes a great point. Even when you have mostly the same guys, every season is different.
And if you're a coach, it'll give you gray hairs trying to preach that to your players. Many guys don't believe it until they're in it and then have to dig themselves out of a hole.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And from what we've seen, guys, from Phoenix, what do you guys see?
Well, they've been aggressive from the beginning, particularly on the offensive end.
Well, if they wanted to start well, this would be it. They seized momentum right away, and they just didn't let it go in that quarter.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Suns. Johnson and Saric are the 3 and the 4. Then it's Jones. Then there's Carter. And it's Galloway in at the 2 guard. Suns leading by 11. There's Galloway. The pass to Saric. Johnson with it. Galloway. The second chance points on the tip in. Galloway has got 5.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Pass to Tate. He kicks it to McLemore. And here is Brown. Fires from deep. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Inside. They get a hand on it. And it's the Rockets on the break. Cousins with the ball.
And Cousins determined to finish that time any which way he could, sprinting up the court whenever he's got a chance.
And slam dunk by Saric.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Pass to Cousins. And here's Brown outside. Goes back up. And it's laid in by Gordon. Gordon's got his first points of the game.
Even though Eric Gordon went in amongst the bigger guys on the floor, he's able to remain calm and get 2.
Here's Saric, and the layup falls. And the Suns lead by 11.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Tate the pass to Cousins. Again, the Rockets score.
Yeah, his body is a huge advantage for him, and Cousins uses it so well. First couple steps are pretty quick for a guy his size.
The baseline J. The shot by Sharch, no good.
Well, they shouldn't be giving that shot to anyone, but they certainly shouldn't be giving it to him. That's a big break for the defense.
And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Tries from 10, and that comes off the assist by Jones. Sharch has got 6 points.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Down low. Here's Cousins. Now Carter. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Johnson in the corner. Shoots over Cousins. Suns keep it alive. Here's Jones. That's a no-go, and he's still looking for his first bucket after 2 shots. Gordon against Carter. And it's Gordon missing.
He gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Yeah, not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
Houston, a whole new 5 on the floor. And Houston calls their first time out of the game. And this is their first time matched up with the Suns this season.
And they usually came out on top when these two teams faced off last year. No surprise, they're the better team.
Harden against Paul. He feeds it to Crowder. Ayton trying to break free. Crowder dishes to Ayton. Back to Crowder. A putback, and Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got the lead up to 13 now for Phoenix.
Defense unable to stop DeAndre Ayton that time, getting inside and using his frame.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
It's his first trip to the line. Devin Booker, he's checked in for Cameron Payne. Harden hits them both.
At this point, you might as well go ahead and chalk up the points when he's at the free throw line. Pretty much automatic.
Over to the wing. Now, here's Bridges. Last time out, he had 14 points. Ball finds Bridges. They get it back, and Ayton stays with it. And the Suns lead by 13.
Sweet timing on that play as Ayton up there and ripping it down.
For 3, Booker. The shot that time, not on target. So Houston will take it the other way. It's Harden with the drive. Another shot, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
This feels like it's snowballed a little bit on them. The more he tries to shoot his way out of this slump, the worse it seems to get. They need him to get it together.
And Ayton stays with it.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Wood with the bucket.
And how about the read from John Wall? He knows the angles, sees the opportunity, and makes the right feed.
Paul kicks to Bridges. There's the triple. The putback. And so it's the Phoenix Suns. Look.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, and welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson, things were going Phoenix's way from the beginning. They had the pieces in place for a nice stretch. That about wraps it up. Time now for the second.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
We've got Harden. Wood out there with P.J. Tucker. And it's Wall, and it's Mwaba in at the 3, the small forward. That's the 5 for Houston right now. And now let's revisit that exceptional mobile 1 block.
And read the plate perfectly. Gets himself in the air at the right moment. Terrific denial.
Passes it to Bridges. kicks to Booker. From deep. Ayton, the pass to Paul. Paul with the steal. There's the pass to Wood. And stolen by Booker. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Wall. Chris Paul grabs the miss. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Phoenix. And here in the second half of play, we're just over a minute in. A nice shot by Booker.
Catching and shooting with confidence. Devin Booker letting it fly.
Harden with it. 5 points in the game. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Boy, that was a momentum killer to start last season, wasn't it, Greg? 25-game suspension for DeAndre Ayton.
And he sprained his ankle in his return game. The Suns at full strength, able to win some games. He's obviously a huge part of their future.
Every time he gets going like this, somebody's going to talk about that 70-point game he had in Boston. It's not going to be me.
Harden up top, defended by Booker. Here's Wood. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Mikal Bridges picks one up. The Rockets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. DeMarcus Cousins has checked in for P.J. Tucker. McLemore has come in for David Nwaba. And Eric Gordon subbed in for James Harden. Johnson, wide open, he fires. And it's off the back rim, no good. And some nice passing there by Houston. And up the court come the Suns on the break. And Saric kicks to Booker. From downtown, the Rockets pull it in. Woods got his 4th rebound in this one. Lets it go from the wing. And there's McLemore on the assist by Cousins.
I mean, with just how dominant he can be scoring inside and outside, to have that kind of vision, wow, what a complete center.
Tries it from 19. Payne's shot is good. Payne's got his first points in this one. Rockets trail by 17. Here's Wood, feeds it to Cousins. Back to Wood. Crowder with the steal. And now here's Johnson, the fast break chance. Saric, that's good. Saric has got 8 points.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Back to Johnson. Shoots from the corner. It's rebounded by Houston.
Kind of rare to see any player have this much of a struggle from the field. To still have the lead shows how resilient they are as a complete team.
Phoenix leading by 19 points. To the middle. Here's Crowder. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 6.
And Saric, just one of those European players that comes over with the fundamentals. Beautiful play there.
Shots good by McLemore.
Nice touch there near the hoop.
Suns have gone just a bit under 50% from the field since halftime. 5 out of 11. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on John Wall. That is his first foul of the game. DeAndre Ayton's checked in for Phoenix. Bridges comes in for Johnson. Phoenix no good that time either. For Houston, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. To the inside, Tate. The shot off that time, and Phoenix will come the other way. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. For 3, Booker. Wall grabs the board.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
Here's Tate, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Houston shooting their 7th and 8th free throw attempts for the game right here. No good on the free throw. Houston making some changes. P.J. Tucker comes in for Ben McLemore. And James Harden has subbed in for John Wall. Chris Paul, he's checked in for Phoenix. Suns leading by 18. Pass to Ayton. And here's Booker from the arc. Offensive rebound. Crowder, the pass to Ayton. And here's Booker from the arc. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's Phoenix holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
What an advantage if your off guard can make plays so valuable.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Jay Crowder out there with DeAndre Ayton. And it's Paul in at the point.
Don't leave James open.
The deep three from Harden.
Well, Booker asserting himself on the defensive end that time. He has good size and enough speed to annoy the opposing scorer.
Now this is more like it. 9 points for him from three-point range this half. That's 9 more than he had in the first.
Harden inside the three-point line. No good off the front iron.
And not a way to get out of a funk. He needs to be looking for good, solid, more efficient shots, not the wild one he took there. His shooting has been a little bit below par. You think about what this lead would look like if he was on.
Suns leading by 21. Booker outside. Out left to the wing. Paul surveying the floor. Cousins pulls it in. Cousins has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Here's Harden. Here's Tucker. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Rocket shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Harden, no good.
Well, if he's going to keep shooting, they've got to run some plays for him. Screens, pick and rolls, anything they can do to get him started.
Traditionally, that's how you want to finish the break, right at the rim.
Yeah, anything other than a layup in that situation, probably disappointing. Had numbers, took advantage.
3-on-3 for 3. Here's Ayton. Booker against Gordon. They shoot again, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
To the paint. Nwaba passes to Tucker. Here's Nwaba. Houston moving the ball around. Just 5 on the clock. Tucker. Rebound by the Suns. Ayton's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass. Bridges dishes to Paul. Bridges kicks to Paul. On the wing, Booker. The Suns keeping it alive, a new 14. On offense, here are the Rockets.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Harden. Another miss by Houston.
Wow, what a rough second half for him shooting the basketball. Maybe you adopt a pass-first mentality at this point.
Well, you hear about the extinction of great NBA big men. Do you see it that way? And if so, Greg, is the game that has changed, or perhaps a dip in the talent at that position that has changed?
You know, you think back to the likes of Russell, Wilt, Kareem, and Hakeem, and Robinson, and Shaq. Some will say, well, we just got lucky. But in a lot of ways, we still have the dominance of the big man. They just play more outside of the paint, right? You know, Giannis.
Yep.
You look at what he can do. Anthony Davis and the way he plays the game. I mean, LeBron, in essence, is a big man. I mean, you still can dominate the game as a big. It's just that you now can actually, in some respects, have more impact because you're involved in more facets of the game.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Suns.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And with this effort tonight, grabbing their 8th win of the year.
And so they'll take the first game of the season series, a team they'll only see twice. They're certainly happy to start it off with a win.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for DeAndre Ayton.
Just a force on the glass, did a fantastic job crashing the boards and coming up with seemingly every rebound.
Yeah, nice silky finish on the alley-oop from the stupendous feed.
That sequence couldn't have been executed any better. Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight. And a glimpse inside the locker room. Players' final few.
Kevin, thanks very much.
Sure is. Thanks, D.A. So the opening lineup for the Suns. Booker and Bridges are the wings. Ayton is out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Paul in at the 1 spot. And for the Nuggets, at the forward slots, it's Barton and Millsap. The backcourt is Murray and Harris. And it's Jokic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And Paul with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Well, I'll tell you, the savviness of Chris Paul on the break, he is a force to be reckoned with.
Outside Millsap. Jokic passes to Millsap. No good. Some solid defense from Ayton. Looking at the Suns, they want to turn it around after the loss to the Wizards in Washington. Inside, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, look at the fluidity in the screen and roll. DeAndre Ayton so good at taking what he sees in these sets.
Barton outside, back to Murray. Paul with the steal, and up the court come the Suns on the break. Booker with it, picked up by Harris, poked away, and stolen by Murray. To the inside, and stolen by Ayton. Here's Booker, and a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
There's a level of floor awareness that has always been innate to Chris Paul. What a pretty find.
Man, such an easy release for Devin Booker. Doesn't have to elevate that much to get that shot off.
And what that means, Greg, is that smooth stroke translates into the three-point shootout. Booker with the all-time record, 28 points in a round. That leads to a victory in 2018 in that contest. That was special.
Now here's Paul. 14 points from him the last game against Washington.
And then there was his passing. When he wasn't scoring on his own, he was making plays for his teammates, and they just couldn't figure out how to defend him.
Jokic finds Harris. Just 5 to shoot. Jokic with the bucket.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Here's Booker following the basket by Jokic. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Booker. And how about we check the numbers for Devin Booker?
And something has really clicked for him at the free throw line. In the past 5 games, his percentage at the line is much better than it had been prior. Sometimes that's how it works. A switch flips, and all of a sudden, you're locked in.
Now here is Harris. Devin Booker missing his last shot. And yes, it's good.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Paul outside. Over Murray. And it's Paul missing.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
And it's Harris off the drive, and he hits it to tie the game up. Harris has got his second bucket. Suns have gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in the first quarter. Barton against Bridges. Pass to Paul. Shot clock at 5. Over Millsap. Misses off the right iron.
Not a lot falling for him in this quarter. He's got to stay aggressive, try to break through. See if you can get an easy opportunity.
Here's Murray. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. That one on Ayton.
And Murray has it all. A deadly shooter and a remarkable penetrator. Terrific guard play.
Both teams deciding to change it up. And it's Galloway with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. They trail by 1. Out to the right wing. 3-pointer. Unable to get that one. Now Denver takes it the other way. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
Mental toughness on the road. The arena was rocking but they just got down to business and never let up.
I thought what really stood out was how dominant they were on the offensive end. That was about as flawless as you could hope for.
And he makes both free throws. Suns trail by 3. Here's Saric, and slam dunk by Saric.
Well, what I love is the aggressiveness of Dario Saric, making sure he leaves no doubt.
Morris against Johnson. Morris with the bucket.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Suns have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. Over to the wing. Here's Galloway. He's covered by Murray. And stolen by Murray. Green taking his time here. Here's Dozier. He's guarded by Johnson. Hartenstein. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Denver on top, up 5. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break.
It sounds so generic to say we have fun.
Yeah, from what we've seen, Greg, these guys naturally get along.
And you add in the guiding hand of Chris Paul. This team can beat anyone on any night because they're so connected.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through one quarter of action so far. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
On Phoenix, looking who they've got on the floor. Johnson and Saric are the 3 and the 4. Carter out there with Payne, and it's Jones in at the center, locking down the middle. And here we go. And that'll be Denver as it goes out of bounds. Nuggets retain possession. Now it's set back and look at the top passing teams in the NBA this season. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. The Nuggets 3rd.
And you know, when your team has a lot of assists, it's testimony to the unselfishness, the patience, the ball movement, the player movement. They have shown all of that.
Suns trail by 5. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. Right at the free throw line. Green with the rebound. And here are the Nuggets now. They'll be off to Brooklyn for a meeting with the Nets after this one. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Payne passes to Johnson. Pass to Jones. 6 to shoot. Saric in the corner. Phoenix needs to get off his shot. Jones trying to get open, and he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. Payne's got his first 2 points of the night. And here in the second, 2 minutes gone by. Passes it to Hartenstein. Denver passing it around. To the right side. Here's Dozier. That shot misses. Now the Suns take it the other way. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Payne finds Jones. Back to Payne. The pass to Carter. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That's what you call getting to the right spot at the right time. Tremendous awareness from Dario Saric.
To the middle. And stolen by Payne. To the paint. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Suns shooting their first free throws here tonight.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. And the Suns here with a different look. Andre Ayton's checked in for Jones. Crowder comes in for Saric. Bridges is checked in for Johnson. And it's Booker in for Cameron Payne. Murray outside. And it's Murray with the jam.
And love seeing Murray take it strong to the rack. A phenomenal finisher inside.
Booker looking around. Hits the jumper in space. Booker's got his second basket of the game.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
Here's Harris. Phoenix grabs the miss.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Crowder kicks to Booker. Up again. And the Suns get it back. Ayton finds Bridges. Tries yet again. The Suns keeping it alive. A new 14. Denver in the lead. And here's the fast break. Jokic leading the way. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That one on Ayton.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
Phoenix making some changes. Langston Galloway comes in for Mikal Bridges. And Paul subbed in for Carter. Here's Paul. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. There's 31 seconds left in the second quarter. The second chance effort, and it's Crowder laying it in. Crowder's got his first basket.
Well, it's his motor that makes him such an effective offensive rebounder. Jay Crowder is going to play hard.
Jokic, and he finishes nicely on the layup. And the Nuggets lead by 4.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Booker in the corner. And the ball travels out of his hands. It was last touched by Jokic. Five seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Here's Galloway. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly. Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for this.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd. Well, what can you say about superstar big man Nikola Jamal Murray? And that wraps up the halftime show, third quarters.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. Nice game. Great performance by Dario Saric.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
The backcourt is Murray and Harris. Millsap and Jokic, the big men. And it's Barton in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Mike Malone getting going here in the second half. Now here is Harris. Shot clock at 6. Down low. It's tipped. With 1 on the clock, here's Jokic. Got him with the pump fake, but couldn't finish. And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home.
Well, Devin Booker is known as a scorer, but this guy will find you if you're open.
And it's Harris off the drive. Count that one. Harris has got 6 points.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Well, there is nothing better than catching a rhythm as early as possible. And, boy, that's a terrific start right there.
Bol, he's checked in for the Nuggets. Here's Paul. Jokic grabs the miss.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Crowder against Murray, and the shot goes in. And it's a 6-point Denver lead.
You got to feel comfortable when Murray is working the pick and roll. His shooting, speed, and passing all are next level.
Goes up at the stripe. That one a little long.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see.
To the middle. And they're running. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Bridges misses.
Only 20% shooting in this quarter. They need to settle down and relax a little bit here.
And Doris, Mikal Bridges, how about 2 national titles in the 3 seasons at Villanova? Got better each and every year.
And think about in his junior season, he becomes one of only 8 major conference players in college basketball history to average 1 block and 1.5 steals while also shooting over 40% from 3-point range. Boy, that is the perfect resume for a 3-and-D wing.
Martin passes to Murray. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul. So both teams changing it up here. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. Morris against Booker. Clock at 6. And Morris throws it, and it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Morris passes to Jokic, banked in off the glass. Jokic has got 6 points.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
Kane looking around, 18 feet out. No good on that one. And the Nuggets going the other way. Floats it up for Jokic. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. Here's Galloway, and a beautiful feed leads to a monster jam.
At his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
Outside Millsap. It's Morris atop the key. And the call will be against Langston Galloway. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Nuggets shooting their 7th attempt at the foul line in this one.
And 74% has been the mark for them on the season thus far.
Phoenix on defense. Here's Morris, and Morris throws it down.
And everything is dropping for them. Terrific second half run.
And I think it's been all about their offensive efficiency, shooting the lights out in this quarter.
And here is Bridges. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. 6 to shoot. Galloway, no good.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And stolen by Payne. Here's Bridges. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Off target with his 3. And so it's the Denver Nuggets holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They're pounding the ball inside, and that's where they've gotten their best production tonight. And we'll be back with you shortly. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
And when you're the beneficiary of a pass that good, you better deliver, and he did just that.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. They've got Chris Paul, Jay Crowder out there with Johnson. Then there's Šarić, and it's Galloway in at the shooting guard position. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Suns trail by 11. Paul outside. Here's Crowder, and foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Let's not forget, Jay Crowder is a former second-round draft pick. This guy has made his bones in the NBA by adding toughness to every team he's played on.
Denver making a switch here. Murray's checked in. To the paint. It's stolen by Johnson. And now the Suns, a fast break. Paul's running. Yes, that goes in.
And that's the blueprint right there to getting back in the game. They've got to play racehorse basketball from here on out.
On the wing, Harris. Paul against Murray. Back to Harris. He dishes it to Murray. He kicks to Barton. 5 on the clock. Here's Millsap. Jokic. It's good on the putback. And the Nuggets lead by 10.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
From 18 feet away, Paul with the buckets.
We've heard the term master of the mid-range. To Chris Paul, it's apropos.
Murray outside. Barton with it. Over Paul. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You know what? Those are shots you just hate to miss when you get those kinds of bunnies on a possession.
No good from Booker.
Boy, if you're going up against this guy in this close a range, you've got to defend with everything you've got. A tremendous job defensively.
On the wing, Harris. Pass to Barton. Murray right side. Inside, here's Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Yeah, you got to be able to get some hang time to do that one. Bounce pass from Paul. Kicks it out to Johnson. The offensive rebound, and Ayton stays with it.
Well, we're talking about a big-time rebounder. DeAndre Ayton's timing, excellent.
Denver leading by 8. Barton outside. We're in the final quarter of play here, 3 minutes in. Right side, Millsap. The Nuggets need to get a shot off here. Barton, no luck. Suns trail by 8. To the inside. Here's Ayton. Trying to get open is Crowder. And there's Ayton, and that's good on the assist by Johnson.
Don't let DeAndre Ayton get comfortable. This guy is a problem on the interior.
Barton outside. Back to Murray. Harris outside. Down low. Here's Millsap. Pass to Jokic. Over Ayton. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Bol, he's checked in for Paul Millsap. Mikal Bridges checked in for Phoenix. For Phoenix, they've gone 4 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Ball against Murray. Paul, no one around him. Nails the 16-footer. Paul's got 6 points in the quarter.
That's a statement from Chris Paul. He understands game is in the balance. It's my time.
Murray kicks to Barton. The Nuggets moving the ball around. And it's Harris off the drive. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Nuggets lead by 6.
Every second counts now. They can't wait around.
This is the very definition of desperation time. You've got to score every trip.
Ayton finds Paul. Bridges against Barton. From the arc. Bridges misses.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And an intentional foul right there. 27 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And they go to the intentional foul.
Shooting for Denver, Jamal Murray.
He drops the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Phoenix with the ball. They've given up just 8 points in the fourth quarter. Passes to Bridges. On the wing, Booker, guarded by Harris. They get the rebound. Crowder. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to go on Will Barton.
Well, make no mistake, Crowder has got great strength inside. The defense can get physical. It doesn't matter.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. 9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Jokic passes to Murray. And that's an intentional foul. He hits the first one, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so he drops them both. It's an 8-point game. So the Nuggets win it. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
And it makes a big difference. But once they started to really play in rhythm, you never felt like they had any.